Hello there, friends. How is everybody out there tonight? Sorry for the late start today. It's been a little bit of a weird thing going on today, trying to make sure that some household stuff is taken care of. It's been a little odd. Great. I am not seeing any of your chatting, so I've been sitting here for like 2.5 minutes just playing my brains off, and StreamYard is not showing me your chats, which is weird. I don't know why. So I'm just going to have to go ahead and open things up in a YouTube tab so I can actually see what you guys are saying to me. There we go. Got a YouTube tab open. Chat. There we go. Live chat. There we go. Finally, I can actually see who is here, who is watching. StreamYard has been really weird last couple of weeks, where there will be times where I don't see any of the chats. I feel like I'm sitting here just alone, and that's a weird feeling. It doesn't make me feel good. All right, who is here? We got Ben Tom, Jay Steen, Gillis DeBilio, Ben Coombs, Albus Band, Mr. Aaron. How are you guys? Good to see you all here. Simon Lee's joining from the morning time in sunny Australia. Well, thank you for joining in, Simon. I really do appreciate that. And Terry's 3Gs is in the house. What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? Pardon me 1 second. It turned out pretty good today. So this is not the beer of the week. As some of you guys may remember, last week I told you guys that I was going to be going on a fast, And the fast included just juicing fresh fruits and vegetables. But I'm allowed other beverages like coffee and tea, as long as it's not like sodas, artificial kind of stuff. So what I've been doing as a way to kind of help myself through all of this is, because the fruit and vegetable juices don't really provide any sort of protein, I got a protein powder that has no sugar and is pretty like straight up just good source of protein. I put it in some iced coffee, which I made in my new Chemex coffee maker. It's currently the main coffee maker in the house right now. And it's basically the iced coffee with the vanilla protein powder and a couple drops of liquid stevia. And I have this little thing called the Aero Latte. I stick it in there, and it mixes the protein into the coffee and the stevia as well, and kind of creates this nice little foam on top. And it turned out really good. Yeah, that's really good. So I'm drinking coffee to get my protein, which is pretty cool. But a little sidebar on that, how that whole thing is going. It's going pretty well. It's not without its difficulties, obviously. I think the hardest thing was actually last night. I don't really know what it was that made me feel this way. I think maybe what it was is just not having stuff in my guts. Oh God, I felt like my body was going to explode. So I had a really bad stomach cramps. It was just bad. So Cinda ended up making me some sort of concoction to get things better down in that area. And she's a magician. I call her Dr. Sin Medicine Woman. And it worked in several minutes. So I wasn't feeling nauseous anymore. I was feeling a little better, got some really good sleep last night, so feeling pretty good. But it's not been without its rough days. It's weird not eating, especially when the last few days I've just been sitting in front of the computer, editing videos, all of which are going to be Stompbox Saturday videos. I have other videos that I need to edit, as well as other videos that I need to shoot. So it's been a really interesting time. Lots of stuff going on, lots of stuff arriving right now. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's amazing to me how every time that California has gone into a lockdown this year, I get busier. I never get a break. So tomorrow I have to edit some more stuff. I'm going to try to edit some more stuff on Sunday. But I'm hoping next week that I can actually just take some time and relax. I tried to do that a little bit this week. I went down in our garage. I don't know, Ben, Aaron, I don't know if I showed you guys in the garage, but there's this part of our 3-car garage. We have a single car garage, and in there we have an infrared sauna. But we also have a couch and an old school CRT TV, and I have my Nintendo 64 in there. So I decided to go on a little bit of a throwback today. I went down into the garage and I played a few Nintendo 64 games for a while. It was a lot of fun. It made me feel good. It kind of, got me back up. But this is helping. This is really helping. So yeah, I'm all about it. I'm feeling okay. It's not without its difficult days. So if anybody ever is interested in doing anything like that, I'll be the first person to say it. Okay, let me go back to StreamYard and see how the comments are going. Wow, it is so far behind. It's 7 minutes behind on the comments. So it's like, that is weird. Yeah, it is so far behind on the comments. So I'm not going to be able to bring up all of your comments today, which kind of sucks. I kind of like that about StreamYard. Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll find a workaround. But it's so good to see all you guys going all around here. I hope you're ready to have your pants off and ready to FSU with Mr. SPJ. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I got pants on today. Today, I have pants on. Great day for hockey and baseball. I don't know how much longer we're going to have baseball around, Terry. I really don't know. Really don't know. Oh, dude, Ben, you shot 7 videos today. Good job, man. Good job. Terry, this stuff is actually really good. I'm super surprised by it. I know you guys think it does look like a Guinness. It's quite opaque and it's got that like proper Guinness head color, but it's really tasty. Probably more caffeine than I should be drinking at this hour. But I don't care. Ben, fasting with just beer sounds like NAM week to me. I actually did run across a subreddit on Reddit that is basically drunk on keto, where basically everybody's talking about like how you can, what to do, what to avoid, and what to do and not do while you're on keto when it comes to drinking. Thanks, Aaron. Appreciate that. I think the hardest thing was actually last night. Whoa! Yep, don't get me started on editing, Ben. Editing is a bitch, but it's honestly, that's the point of the process where I actually have been having a lot more fun recently. I downloaded some motion graphics from Adobe Stock, so I've been starting to implement those into either the whole video or into the teasers for the videos. So I'm actually really, really excited about editing. I go into every video like pretty well prepared to do stuff. So not to say that you don't prepare, but I go in like I've started making outlines for myself, so I know very clearly like how much, what I need to say, what I need to address, and you know, all that good stuff. So one video ends up taking like 40 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour to shoot. Even if it's super complex, I've been able to break it down that much, which is awesome. I feel like I save a lot of time. So when it comes to the editing process, I can, you know, be very meticulous with like the timing of my transitions, my fades and my crossfades, titles and B-roll and things like that. I can be very like, that's where the final vision comes together. It's hard when your computer can't keep up with your creativity. So, you know, lucky for me, my Mac Mini that I'm running here in the studio and have been running since, God, maybe 2012, 2013, something like that. It's still kicking, you know, it's pretty awesome. So I feel you, man. It is still hard, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. Everybody's talking about plant-based diets, but people are out of herb. Oh, boo. It's been proven intermittent fasting is a good thing. Yep, it has been proven. Again, playing the Vola. Here's the rig for tonight. Again, playing this Vola Oz, which I've been loving to death. I absolutely love this guitar. It is very, very good. Just running out that with some sinusoid cables into a Boss TU3, the Morley Power Wah Volume, and then a pedal I have not busted out in a really long time, which was built specifically for me not for any other reason other than the builder wanted to do something nice for me as a extra payment for me doing some work for him, is the Tone Freak Effects Pineapple Boost, which is basically his take on a Centaur style overdrive. It's got all the usual suspect controls, but it has a clean blend so that you can, adjust the amount of that clean side of the overdrive pedal that it blends into your signal. And it also has germanium and silicone clipping diodes in there, which is awesome. And I have not played this in God knows how long, probably 2 years. And I was looking for an overdrive pedal today to use on the show. And I was rifling through the pedal shelf and just pulled that out. And it was like, all right, I dig it. Paul Ewing of Stompbox Steels in the house. What's going on? How you doing? Welcome to the show. And Garguts is here, my podcast cohort. How you doing, buddy? If any of you happen to be any sort of fan of professional wrestling, Aaron, AJ and I, sorry, too many A names. AJ and I, Garguts that is, started a wrestling podcast called Sweet Chin Music. And we've been releasing episodes. And the last couple of weeks, we've been doing some deep dives on some of our favorite theme songs, which has been a lot of fun. And we try to turn them into like little mini 20-minute lessons on the show, which is, I think, pretty cool. Something I don't see a lot of guys doing. We're all the usual places. We're, let's see, iTunes, Spotify. I believe we're on Google Play. Podbean, we're up on there. And trying to get on more. Thinking maybe about getting us on Pandora, iHeartRadio, just wherever you can get the podcasts. So please give it a look. Even if you don't like wrestling, some of the guitar lessons and the guitar riffs that are in some of the songs that we've been talking about are really sick. As a matter of fact, I'll play one right now. This is the song that we actually talked about this past episode, which just went up, episode number 6. Love that one. Really good one. Terry, we actually do have a YouTube channel for it. We don't have all the episodes up yet, just because it's kind of, I had a little bit of a pain with one of the more recent episodes where I had to take it down and I need to go back and re-upload it. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, getting to learn some of these riffs and talking about them and dissecting it, and also just addressing some topics of wrestling. So it's been kind of cool. We got 6 episodes up there, so, give it a shot. ZD351, how you doing, my friend? Good to have you here. Perfecto! Vola. How you doing, buddy? Good to have you here. We should have you on the show sometime. We should sit down and chat for a little bit. We have not gotten the chance to really check in. What's the channel, Terry? It's just called, I don't even remember. I'd have to send you the link. If you want to just go on YouTube and search Sweet Chin Music Podcast, hopefully that'll be there. Perfecto. Awesome. Let's hook up sometime. Shoot me an Instagram or Facebook message. I don't think I actually have your number. So, just find some way to send me a message and let's figure something out. I actually do have a guest lined up for next week, but we'll talk about that later, guys. This is a really nice guitar. Yep. I like it a lot. Oh, boy. So I kind of went about this whole live stream today with, Terry, let me give it a look-see. I'll open that in a new tab. Yep, Terry, that's our channel. That's our channel. So if you want to check it out, go for it. Ah, that's nice. So yeah, if you guys want to, hey Laz, what's going on, dude? Good to have you here. Awesome. Good to have so many of the familiar faces and good to have some new blood in there as well. Of course, we're very open and welcoming community. If you're not, you don't deserve to be here. So, Ben, it is pretty tasty. I would tell you guys how I make it, but that would just take up so much time unless everybody absolutely has to know. Yeah, it is really good. Laz, do not worry about being late. I had to start this one late today myself. It's been a long yet very fast day. Thank you, Paul. Really appreciate that. Yeah, please, if you're watching and having a good time just being here, please give the video a thumbs up. That's a good one, Ben. That's a good one. That's not how I make it. But you're inclined to believe whatever you want. Laz, finish up the work, buddy, but it's good to have you here. So I kind of wanted tonight to just be very free flow, very no topic in particular, just you guys have questions, maybe I have some answers. You want to talk about some fun stuff, talk about some gear, talk about videos, talk about YouTube, talk about the biz, where things are going, what might be coming in for demos. What do I think is happening in the world right now? We're not talking about that because that'll get me demonetized. It's true. We can talk about this guitar. We can talk about other guitars. We can talk about other things. Albus, I want to eat what you and your son are eating. That's the, I should talk about this pineapple boost because I have a demo of it up on the channel. So if one of you guys in the chat wants to peruse YouTube and look for Tone Freak Effects Pineapple Boost, put the link up in the comments. That would be awesome. But like I said, it's basically like a Klon style overdrive with a adjustable clean blend. And the setting that I have it on right now is pretty gritty and it's pretty loud. So, and that's got the germanium diode selected. Flick it down to silicone. A little cleaner, a little raspier. Man, you guys are talking about food, and you know I'm not eating right now. You know why I oughta. Although I did have, to Gargut's comment, I did have a greasy ass burger before I started fasting. So, you know. Hey, Brian Landreth here. What's going on, buddy? Good to have you here. Wow, Terry's got a wrestling question. Terry, I don't know. What do you think, AJ? Should we talk about that on the next episode of the podcast? And I'm banned. I don't know why you'd be banned. I didn't ban anybody. You can talk about food all you want. The one awesome thing I will say about these fasts is it kind of gives you this like really interesting appreciation for the food that you normally eat when you're not able to eat it. You start getting, I always say to my wife, when I do these, the one thing that I always want towards the very end of it is I just want a bowl of plain ass, well-cooked brown rice with some soy sauce on it. And that's all I want, because it's, you know, it's very plain, but it's got a flavor to it that just when you know about that flavor in and of itself, it just works. So I'm not, you know, opposed to people talking about food, because I gain a little bit of an appreciation on it. You know, Terry, maybe AJ and I will have to talk about that on the podcast. I think there's a big old can of worms to open up with that one. The kind of can of worms that would take too much dissection on a guitar channel to talk about. But it's something interesting to think about. And I think the conversation of it now is really starting, because the WWE television ratings keep going down and down and down. And, you know, AEW is kind of growing steadily, not like in an extreme manner, but it's climbing a little bit week after week. But at the very same time, tying it into what I do here on the channel, I have a lot of videos that have gone up recently that I don't think are getting seen by nearly as many people as it should. I know because I see the analytics. I see how it gets delivered to people. I know how to put all the metadata together, and it's just all kinds of weird how videos that I know should be seen by more people just aren't getting seen. And I think a lot of that too has to be, there's maybe a little bit more competition now. People are at home. They want to, you know, spend their time doing other things. So yeah, it's a weird conversation that we can really delve into better on the podcast rather than here. So, you know, whatever. Terry, don't even worry about that video. I actually liked it a lot. Yes, Brian, I know to change the calendar on Saturday. Yeah, I like this overdrive a lot. That's why I prefer to know what part of the cow they've given me. Solid point, ZD. Solid point. Though if you watch the Good Eats episode on ground hamburger, they do a really great moment where he goes to a butcher shop at a grocery store, and they're actually making the ground hamburger, and the butcher basically tells him, what is hamburger? He's like, because it's a woman, she says it's all our leftover trimmings from the end of the day. And they basically grind it all together. But it's like a mixture of, like, there's filet in there, there's tons of other stuff in there. I think there was some brisket in there. Ground hamburger in and of itself is kind of a weird mashup. Y'all have that 420 bone marrow burger I want to try there. I don't know what that is. Yeah. But I'd say I had, before I started this whole thing, a burger from Five Guys, which was just great. Go back to the germanium. Dirty. Turn that up a bit. Oh, man. Negative 700 calories. Buddy, that means you probably haven't eaten at all. Overdrive off. Overdrive on. Yeah, that kind of does a thing. It does a thing that I really like, too. Let's bump up the gain, tone at 12, clean blend at 12, but up the overdrive as well a bit. Yep, awesome. YouTube food critic tester Dame drops. Five Guys burgers in Cali get a 5 all day. They do. They really do. Gillis says, last year I bought Diamond Cornerstone overdrive pedal and Behringer GDI 21 cheap amp simulator. Makes a pedal sound better straight through the mixing board. Awesome. That's great. Hey, Diego's back. You know what? A D for Diego. Yup. Belltone guitars from the 20s to the 60s are now back with some killer original solid body guitars. Paul, I am very interested in seeing some of that, so post up a link. I'd love to see that. ZD says, I read an article yesterday saying Five Guys is coming to Australia. I'm looking forward to trying it out after all I've heard about it. ZD, you will not you will really not be disappointed. I think my favorite thing about Five Guys is they don't try to bullshit it. It's very simple. It's no frills, but it's really high quality stuff. You could say the same thing about In-N-Out here in California and in some parts of the West Coast. But the thing with In-N-Out is they keep it simple and they don't deviate from that. Five Guys is that same, keep it simple, but they allow you the ability to deviate from that in a way. What I mean by that is they have a set way that you can get it, but they have so many other toppings and so many other condiments that you can add to the burger or take away from the burger. You can basically build it any way you want. So my favorite way of getting it is actually they do hamburger and little hamburger. Hamburger is 2 patties. Little hamburger is 1 patty. Depending on how hungry I am, get the hamburger. Do mustard, a little bit of ketchup, pickle, grilled onion, no tomato because the ketchup's there. Do the lettuce. Then ask them for jalapeno, but do it. Have them throw the jalapenos on their flat top grill where they cook the burger patties. Ugh. They toast the bun, so it's not just like you can add bacon, you can add grilled mushrooms, you can have raw onions, you can have the raw jalapenos, you can put ranch, barbecue sauce, all these different things on it. It's super good. And their fries are really good too. They do 2 styles. They do a normal French fry, but they also do Cajun fries, which have this really great spice blend that they, do with it. Don't tempt me, I'm vegan. Diego, I did not know you went vegan. Or maybe you were vegan when we were at MI together, but I just didn't know. Three years now. Okay. Awesome, man. Well, good for you. Good for you. But yeah, it's really solid, ZD. I know I'm getting you in the mood. But trust me, it's worth it. It's really high quality. It's a little pricey. My wife and I ate there last Sunday, and it was between the two of us, I think close to, I want to say it topped over $20. I can't remember, but it was really satisfying, and it didn't leave you feeling this like heft after you ate it. Sometimes when you eat fast food or you eat really heavy like protein and carb food, you kind of get this feeling of like, oh, I don't want to do anything. It didn't make me feel like that either. So it's all good. Everybody's talking about coffee, which of course, probably because of this. But I have more coffee. I just can't share it with you guys. Wonder. No, the way this is designed is not going to be conducive to me drinking out of the Chemex. Although that would be funny. All right, there we go. Got my protein in for the day. I had a cup of coffee 12 hours ago. Ben, what are you doing to yourself, man? Terry has a guitar-related question above. There we go. Terry's asking, I traded my Greco EG500 LP for a Mint 2012 Epiphone LP Standard Gold Top Plus, Marshall Origin 20 amp. Thoughts on a reverb pedal, analog or digital for it? Well, when it comes to like run-of-the-mill reverb pedals, there's two that I always recommend. I recommend both the Walrus Audio Fathom and the Native Audio Ghost Ridge Reverb. Now, the Fathom is probably my favorite simple to use multifunction reverb pedal currently, like maybe even ever. Hey, what's going on, Milt T? Welcome back to the show. Good to have you here. But what I love about the Bent brings up the Polera, which is a good one. Brian does as well. The reason I like the Fathom more so than the other ones is Ben brings up a good point about the lexicon algorithms, but I find that the control set of the Fathom works really well for me. And it does a lot of the standard reverb stuff. You can get like a nice foundational reverb and do all sorts of all great things with it. But at the very same time, it has that sustain switch, which basically then just sends you off into oblivion and basically increases the decay of the reverb to its full amount when you hold on it. And then you let go and you go back to your normal reverb. So you have that ability to go from the standard to the ambient and, you know, morph in between. Now, the Ghost Ridge from Native Audio is another favorite of mine that's very simple. You actually saw that. I did a demo of it a couple years ago, but we also saw it most recently in the demo of the Orange Terror Stamp. Now, why I like that so much is it's only got 2 knobs, but you can also change some secondary settings on those 2 knobs by holding down on one of the foot switches. So you have access to secondary functions, but you can save 4 presets, and then you have the live mode where whatever you set the knobs to, that's the sound that you get. So if you want to have a hall, a plate, a room, maybe you want a couple different halls, a couple different plates, it's really, really good stuff. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. YouTube Premier Guitar for a video interview with Belltone Guitars. Their site will not be up for a few weeks. Okay, I'll give that a look. Thanks, Paul. I'm going to check that out. JJ's in the house. What's going on, neighbor? How you doing? So those are the 2 that I would recommend personally. The only reason I don't recommend, I'm not going to, I say check out the Polera. It's worth it. It is totally a good pedal. But the only reason I'm not recommending it over those 2 is because even though I did demo it several years ago, I only got to borrow it. I didn't get to hold on to it. So it's been a few years since I've had it in the studio. It's been a little while since I've actually played it. So that's really the only thing there. But it's a great pedal, you know. No problem, Terry. Anytime. It's what I'm here for. Trying to get my bends a little cleaner. One of the things I've been working on recently is just muting strings around every, wherever I'm playing. And Diego still wants SPJ solo project. I might consider some stuff, but I gotta write the stuff. Yeah, Brian, this guitar really, really is sick. If I do get to hold on to one, I'd probably want a different finish, but yeah, if the rest of their guitars play as good as the two that I unboxed for you guys a little while ago, I think, yeah, good stuff. Drop an EP, maybe someday. You know, Terry, it's not that I don't like the finish. It's just if I'm going to, one of my schools of thought on acquiring guitars is usually breaks down to, can I use it live? Normally, like, I have my Les Pauls. I got 3 of them currently. I have my Navigator. I have my Ramos. I have my Chapman 7-string. And those are the guitar, and I have other stuff as well. But those are the guitars that I would use consistently on a live basis. And I choose them not only because, you know, I like the guitars, but they fit an aesthetic that works within my live presentation. Purple, blue, green swirl doesn't necessarily fit that. However, maybe the glow-in-the-dark one would do well, or the sort of, as I call it, the magma, the running magma, the lava rock finish that they do for this model would work better in that instance, simply because it fits the overall aesthetic. I've been playing my Wolfgang Kramer this week. Awesome. Yeah, I used to have a Wolfgang flat top, and that one, you know, I used a couple times live. Great guitar, given to me by my dad. I don't have it anymore. But it was a great guitar, and that was vintage white, and it just worked. So I don't have a whole lot of like sunburst guitars, even though I love bursts. I just don't have them. Although I really have gotten on with the Kramer with the tiger stripes on it. It's not a guitar that I could get away with playing live. Aljon and I might be talking about some other things about that coming into the future with Epiphone and Kramer. Should be interesting. Should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I kind of have an aesthetic that I need to go for when we play live. And so I go for that aesthetic. If I deviate too far out of that, it just kind of looks weird. So as much as I wanted to acquire that 8-string Ormsby Dragon Burst GTR, pink, blue fade doesn't exactly work for a CEO show. Holy crap. Used PRS McCarty for $3,800. Man, PRS holds its value. working on it, you know, all kinds of good stuff. Cardi is the best of PRS. It's hard to argue with it. It's really hard to argue. Is Plek worth it? I don't know. I don't know how many guitars I've actually played that have been plecked, to be honest with you. I know it was really hot for a while, so a lot of companies said they were doing it. But I don't know. I don't know how many companies these days are actually doing Plek. Yeah, that's an odd thing, because it was really hot for a while. But it's like, you know, Ben's saying only if it needs a fret level. I don't think Chad Jennings has a Plek machine. I could be wrong. We didn't go throughout his whole workshop, but his fret work is really good, so it doesn't seem like he needs it. Okay, Gibson is still doing the plecking. They were one of the biggest adopters of it, I remember, but I just didn't know if they were still doing it. I had 2 guitars plecked, solved any fretting issues, played awesome, but $200 a pleck is steep. Oh yeah. If you're, I don't know, man. If you're taking it to a tech and they're charging $200 just to pleck it, I know they need to make money on the returns on the machine, but that's a steep asking price for just a fret level. But then again, they probably charge more doing it by hand. I don't know. I haven't had to take any of my stuff in to get frets re-leveled. That might change in the near future. I honestly don't know. But yeah, God, $200. That's steep. I missed having a volume pedal. See how long I can do this and keep losing people. Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun having a volume pedal again. Having two volume pedals, as a matter of fact, which is pretty awesome. And then this one with the wah on it. It's pretty great. It's pretty darn awesome. Oh, I completely forgot to actually show you guys some stuff that Morley sent. And I should do that because we only got a few minutes left. So I was not expecting to get these. Totally not expecting it. But a couple days ago, a little package showed up for me. I actually got a notification about it from was it UPS? Yeah, it was UPS. And I had no idea what was going on. It was coming from Morley. And I'm like, I haven't talked to him in a few weeks. I didn't know that I was going to be getting some more stuff. And what showed up was the ABY Pro and the ABC Pro. So I got some new Morley Switchers for the studio, which I'm quite excited about. I think these are really cool. They're really robust. They're a little bigger and taller than the other ones. They do require a 9-volt power supply to be used, but it's got some really cool new features as opposed to the more standard models. They do have isolated outputs with custom-made isolation transformers in them. It has a ground lift switch on it, so if you have any issues with your ground, you can check that out. And it's got a polarity switch, so you can switch everything 180 degrees in and out of phase as you see fit, which is pretty awesome because the standard models do not have them. And the ABC Pro has 2 sets of those so that you can basically do it for each combination. This does either or both. And this basically turns on and off each output, which is awesome. I think that's really cool. I think the only thing that I'm a little worried about with them is I want to see, I probably won't be able to do it, which is kind of unfortunate. But I've got some stereo videos that I need to shoot coming up. And I'd really love to have some good isolated outputs to send to stereo amp setup in the live room of my studio. So I might just have to use the G2 for it, just because I've run pedals out their stereo outs and I always end up running into some issue, and then I bring it back into like a switcher scenario or whatever, and I always find the ability to have that sort of isolation and that ability to adjust polarity and things like that ends up solving a lot of the issues that I run into. So I might end up having to do that. But I'm really excited about these, especially when it comes to like doing stuff in the studio. It'd be really nice to just plug into one spot, plug into a couple different amplifiers running, and be able to hot swap between them for different sounds, or combine them for layered guitar sounds, which is always really fun to do. There's going to be a lot of fun stuff that we can get up to with this, and I'm going to have to just kind of think about it and see what all is going to go down there. But I just wanted to show you guys that because Morley's been really cool this year. They sent us the distortion wah several months ago. We got these volume pedals, the power wah and volume and the power volume, which has been awesome. They sent these without me even really knowing they were going to send them, so that's pretty cool. They've been a really cool company to work with. Pete is the guy that I deal with there. He's been a really, really cool guy to talk to, and it'll be a lot of fun. Will be a lot of fun. We'll have to figure out some way to get things going. Completely forgot. It dawned on me, so I'm going to have to do it when we get off the stream. But I completely forgot to upload the early video for the Patreon, which is, of course, going to be the episode of Stompbox Saturday this week, which I'm very excited about. It's going to be the demo of the Strymon Compadre, so you want to come back for that on Saturday. If you are interested in it. But if you want to see that beforehand, that's Patreon early access exclusive. So you join the Patreon for $5 and up. You get access to all content before anybody else. There is a $1 tier, but that's just kind of a general support thing as a way to, like, you know, Patreon's a trusted platform. So if people want to help generate some sort of income and support for the channel, that's just an easy way to do it. But I'm looking forward to that one. That one was a lot of fun to do, and there's a particular segment that I think a lot of the other demos of the compadre are not going to go to. So I hope that a few of you who like chugga chuggas and some detuned guitars will be tuning in for that one. I am really, really stoked on that particular tone. But guys, it's getting to be about that time. We've been on here for a little over an hour. I just want to say thank you to all of you guys for tuning in. We had a really good turnout tonight with 15 still watching now. You guys have been blowing up the chat the whole time. This is great. This is what I love doing on these live shows, having everybody hang out and just be a part of this. Give us some interaction for all the things going on. So I just want to say to anybody that is brand new, welcome to the group. Please do click the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so that you don't miss any videos. Stompbox Saturday with the Strymon Compadre is coming up this Saturday. It goes live at midnight every single Saturday. More videos are to come. Next week, we are going to have a guest on SPJ Live. I believe I have confirmed it, so I can actually just say we're going to have my buddy Andy Kim from Sinusoid Cables on the show. We're going to talk a little bit about what, you know, Sinusoid is up to, how they're dealing with everything here, talk about guitar cables, large and small, and all that kind of stuff. So until next week, my friends, I will see you next time, same bat channel for more SPJ Live. And until then, I wish you all great tone, good health, and happy stomping, friends. We'll see you next week. Have a good night.